In today's video, I will be taking a look at another hypothetical 2024 presidential matchup between incumbent President Joe Biden and former Vice President Mike Pence. This would be a matchup between two candidates that have previously both served in White House, one being the president and one being the vice president. Now, the safe states are both filled in on your screen right now, so I'm going to go to the likely states. Joe Biden will carry Oregon, Colorado, New Mexico, Virginia, New Jersey, Maine's 1st District, and Illinois by likely margins. Those probably won't be large surprises, as all of those states or districts went to Biden by around a 5 to 15 or 16 point margin. Now for Mike Pence, his likely states Kansas, Texas, Florida, South Carolina, Ohio, Iowa, and Maine's 2nd Congressional District, as well as that, the state of Alaska. All of these states, I believe, were likely states in 2020 for Donald Trump, and I expect the same for Mike Pence. Now I'm going to work my way through the states of Nevada, Arizona, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, North Carolina, and the state of New Hampshire and Maine's at large, and Nebraska's 2nd Congressional District as well. Those are the states / districts that are most competitive in this election. Now, first off, in Nevada, I do think that Mike Pence will have a narrow victory. I think that, again, a lot of the Hispanics, especially in Clark County, are shifting away from the Democrats. It will be a very close race, but in the end, I think that Nevada will go to the Republican Party. Arizona, however, I'll put it in the Democratic Party. I think Mike Pence is just not very popular. Trump supporters don't really like him. Moderates, they like him a bit more, but I mean, he's just not in the mainstream anymore. He's not really that viable of a choice for the Republicans, so Arizona is tilted for Joe Biden. Now, Mike Pence, I think, has a realistic chance of winning Georgia because this is a state that voted for Brian Kemp by 8%, but it did vote for Raphael Warnock on the same ballot prior to the runoff and also after in the runoff election. So this is a state that I think will end up going to Mike Pence. North Carolina as well, I think this is a state that will go to Mike Pence by a very, very close margin. But in the end, I think Mike Pence has a narrow advantage over Joe Biden in the state of North Carolina. Now, Minnesota, I think obviously will go to Joe Biden. Mike Pence is more moderate, but I think that won't be enough to help him win the state. And this is a state with the longest Democratic voting streak. It voted for Walter Mondale in 1984 against Ronald Reagan, the only state that did that, besides Washington, D.C., which is not a state. Now for the state of Wisconsin, I think Mike Pence has a narrow lead there, but I'm only going to put it as tilt. I think his Rust Belt appeal, although he is from the state of Indiana, is just not strong. For the state of Michigan, here also lean for the Democratic Party. Democrats should be able to win it like they did in 2020. And Pennsylvania as well voted for John Fetterman by 5, voting for Josh Shapiro by a margin of 16 points. I think that Joe Biden will end up narrowly carrying the state, as he is indeed from the state of Pennsylvania. Now this election is razor thin. Joe Biden at 264, Mike Pence at 267. The election will be decided by the remaining 7 electoral votes that are still yet to be decided among the two candidates. Now New Hampshire would be a pretty big boost for either candidate. Mike Pence, if he wins New Hampshire, he will win the presidential election. Joe Biden will also reach 268. But I do think that the state of New Hampshire will go to the Democrats. New Hampshire typically votes Democratic. It's always close, but it typically always votes for Democrats. Now for the state, at least on the presidential level. In the state of Maine, the at-large vote, this is what will put Joe Biden on the top apparently, is Maine's at-large vote will go to the Democratic Party. Maine's 1st District just has a significantly higher turnout than Maine's 2nd, despite having near equal population. To finish this off here, I think Nebraska's 2nd, it's a heavily blue trending area, will go to Democrats in my opinion. So 271 for Joe Biden, 267 for Mike Pence. Thank you for watching, have a nice day. Goodbye.